Think of any celebrity or public figure that you follow on the news or social media. Think about the information you know about them or the level of admiration you have for them. Regardless of where you stand on this celebrity or public figure, you are experiencing what is most likely a parasocial relationship. In fact, today's topic will revolve around this phenomenon. It's a term that started gaining traction with the rise of mass media and the internet. It became even more prevalent during the COVID pandemic, where people were forced to stay at home and would likely just end up watching their favorite content creators. My name is McGwire Ishikawa. I, I graduated from Mililani High School in 2020, then spent 2 years at Leeward Community College. Now, I'm spending my last 2 years here at West Oahu trying to get a bachelor's degree in general creative media. In addition to my school life, I spend a lot of time posting videos on YouTube, where I currently have under 400 subscribers on my channel. By being a fan of content creators and having a few fans of my own, I found it very important to understand parasocial relationships since it will undoubtedly be part of my experiences down the road. There is a strong belief among others that all parasocial relationships are considered bad, but that's not necessarily true. Parasocial relationships, or PSRs, can have overall positive effects, but only if both the celebrity and the fan can follow the right methods or practices. I've shared my thesis already, and I will quickly summarize what you'll be seeing for the rest of the presentation. I will discuss my goals and reasoning for pursuing this topic. Then we'll dive into some of my significant points I found as a result of my research. And finally, I will share with you my proposal for my capstone project and how my research will tie into it. I wanted to achieve two goals with this topic. The first was to dispel the misconception about how every PSR was a negative thing, and to bring to light that there is a fine line between a healthy and unhealthy PSR. But in order to pull that off, I also needed to explore the possible benefits of a healthy PSR, what it could provide, and how people could foster and maintain this level. So the very first question we have to answer is, what is a PSR? These are defined as the superficial or one-sided relationships between a fan or a public figure. More often than not, this public figure has no clue that the fan exists, but due to their status, the fan can find bits of their media, learning more about them, and forming a connection. There are three levels to describe a PSR. You can envision it like a pyramid. The first is called the entertainment social level. As the name implies, this is where fans simply view their celebrity as a form of entertainment. It's a part of their lives, but it doesn't affect their way of living. Many people may use their admiration for this celebrity as a way to bond with others, similarly to how people bond through hobbies, games, or shows. One big takeaway is that this level is the healthiest to be in, and if someone wants to receive the benefits of a PSR, they should strive to remain in this level. Of course, PSRs have a bad rep for a reason, and it's important we discuss that. The second level of PSRs is the intense personal level, and it starts dipping into unhealthy territory. Fans in this level may start to develop obsessive connections with their celebrity. They may overly idolize this person, and they may feel immense emotional distress over something bad happening to that celebrity. Finally, we enter the borderline pathological level. This is the rarest stage, but it is by far the most dangerous. Fans here may experience uncontrollable delusions about their celebrities. They may try to contact them, or maybe they believe that celebrity is in a real relationship with them. In extreme cases, some people will go so far as to stalk their celebrity. There are many cases involving unhealthy parasocial relationships, and I wanted to discuss two of them. The first involved Rebecca Schaeffer, an American actress and model from the 80s. Her story is that she was killed by an obsessed fan, Robert John Bardo, who had been stalking her for 3 years. At the time, anti-stalking laws didn't exist, but this particular case is what caused many states to create those laws. Unhealthy PSRs don't always occur as a result of the fan, however. Many cases were due to a celebrity becoming too intimate with their fans. A more recent example involved Colleen Ballinger, whom you may instead know through her online persona, Miranda Sings. She faced multiple scandals for her misconduct towards underage fans. This included Adam McIntyre, who was a fan of Ballinger's content. She would disclose personal information or bribe him with gifts as a way to manipulate him and get him to do things for her. These included gathering information about her haters or running her social media. And in the event that a post got backlash, Ballinger would start spreading rumors about McIntyre and pin the blame onto him to save her own image. There was a lot of manipulation and abuse in this case, which resulted in mental trauma for McIntyre. It's important for us to look at these negative cases because they serve as a warning of what could happen if celebrities aren't careful with their interactions with fans, or if fans become too obsessed with their celebrity. We have to understand where things went wrong in order to understand what we should do right. Fortunately, there are options that both celebrities and fans can do to try and maintain a healthy PSR. Many content creators have the same advice on what they should do to minimize obsessive fans. One of the common threads is limiting how much they share about their personal lives. After all, it's much harder for a fan to feel a personal connection when they know nothing personal about that celebrity. One YouTuber and Twitch streamer, Ludwig, was very direct with his fans when it came to PSRs. He stated that his content should be like a TV show, and his fans should only come to be entertained. And because he can't know all of his fans, it's impossible for him to be friends with them. How he presents himself is just a character, so even more so, his fans don't actually know him, just the persona that he displays. Another YouTuber, Chill with Aster, gave her experiences and advice about the more indirect ways she sets boundaries with her fans. One thing that she does is that she doesn't interact with fans through the online communication tool, Discord. While other content creators like using the app to interact with others, she decided to keep it as a personal tool for her and her friends, allowing her to separate her real and online personas. As for how fans can prevent experiencing unhealthy PSRs, both methods revolve around self monitoring. Monitoring and understanding your own mental health is one of the first methods. By being able to recognize their current PSR and mental state as healthy or unhealthy, they can take the right steps towards either maintaining or improving their living style. One such method to help lower obsessive PSR levels is to limit engagement with their celebrities. The most common way to do this is by looking at their social media less often. Now that we've established the ways of maintaining a healthy PSR, we can talk about the benefits it provides. If someone is in a healthy PSR, they may use a celebrity as inspiration to improve their own lifestyle or as a means of finding their identity, especially in adolescence. Developing a PSR with a celebrity can also help to reduce prejudice, as the feeling of connection creates open mindedness towards once stigmatized topics. What's important about this part of the research is that bringing awareness to these benefits may help people may help people feel more open about their PSRs as long as they're within a healthy level. Over the years, we have seen that YouTube's active users have been increasing steadily. That means more people are engaging in content made by their favorite creators and are developing PSRs with them. What we know is that even the smallest admiration or even distaste for a public figure is considered a PSR, and as such, this is a phenomenon we can't avoid. Trying to stop the development is impossible, so the best option is to find ways to adapt and make the most out of it. Now that I've given you all the relevant information on my research, we can now take a look at my proposed project. As I mentioned before, I run a small YouTube channel with a decent amount of average viewers. Next semester, I hope to keep posting videos on my channel and gain more experience in the YouTube scene. I want to take note of any key moments from my time and explore how my viewers affected me and how my content and how my content affected them. By the end of the semester, I'll be creating a summary video to further explain my experiences making YouTube content. What I'm hoping to gain from this project is exploring the techniques other people have tried when it comes to maintaining healthy PSRs. Setting boundaries and monitoring our mental health are both things that are good in theory, but what really matters is how we put it into practice. I'm also hoping that if my experience is meaningful enough, then my summary video will act as an awareness guide for other up and coming content creators to look to for inspiration or as a guide. The first target audience I'm looking at is any fans of celebrities, but primarily those who are within the age of 13 to 25. This age range is what I identify with the most, and I feel that this is the age where PSRs are a lot more prevalent, since this is the time where people look to others as role models. I also want content creators and celebrities to be my other target audience. Being a public figure, no matter how big or small you are, comes with responsibility. We want to ensure that people going into this field understand the impact their words and actions have on others. The stages of my pre-production include planning my videos and scheduling them out reasonably throughout the semester. I'll also figure out what kind of data I want to cover in this project. For example, when I look at analytics, I should decide whether I'll only focus on human variables like likes or comments, or if I should include algorithmic data, like how often I'm recommended on someone else's page. During the production process, I will be creating and posting my YouTube videos while gathering data from my analytics and comments. The post-production process is where I will compile my data and experiences to create the summary video. So what do we expect all of this to look like? Well, for the data analysis, I'll be compiling my analytics and comments from videos and logging down how it affects my mental state and my content. This set of data is going to help me understand how I'm positively or negatively affected by my viewers and the resulting numbers on my videos. Additionally, I'll be looking at comments in the hopes of finding any that reflect my viewers' feeling towards me. Does my content make their day better? Do they dislike my videos? Are any of my viewers overstepping my boundaries? For that last part, hopefully not, but it is something that I will be looking for. It'll be kind of like a diary. So it'll be more of a, yeah, it'll be more of a diary, not a bullet point actual statistical data log. Meanwhile, the summary is going to be a lot more story driven, not in the fictional story sense, but it will focus less on my data and more on my experiences. I'll talk about some of the key moments in my YouTube career, sharing some of the best and worst parts of making content. And since PSRs are my research topic, a good chunk of my summary will also explore how my viewers and I influence each other in this YouTube setting. All right, that'll do it for my presentation. Now I will open the floor back to you and everyone else so we can ask our questions, share our concerns, and workshop this idea to be the best it can be. Thank you.